if I get stuck this morning, I'm taking the highway tires off the back of the van, and I'm going to put some all-terrain tires on it. It's been raining all night, and this ground is getting saturated. It's puddling here. Yeah, it's pretty gushy, but it's perfectly level. It's just the top layer of it, really. And I only have to go that far, and this is level. If I can't pull out of here, or if I have to spin and tear the yard up any more than it already is, those highway tires are coming off. I'm gonna put some all-terrains, something that'll bite a little bit. I should just even be able to idle out of here. That little fiasco up at the garage, it was about the same thing. It wasn't much, but with these highway tires, well, it idled right out of there. But it's only a matter of time where it's gonna, like I say, it doesn't take much. Next time, if I don't do it, the next time it happens, I'll be cussing that, you know, I wished I would have. I'm probably, the way I use the van and little places I tend to go, it's I probably need to upgrade the tires, something with some more bite. Oh, seatbelt. All right, back to the garage we are. And yeah, and this is the stuff to stay away from with the van. If it's wet a little bit, it's done. I already have the place opened up, lights are on, and as projects go, sometimes even though sometimes we get a little bit out of order, if it's something easy, just to get it out of the way, I'll probably just go ahead and throw this cargo rack together and put it on the back of the Coachman, and then it comes with an optional, it's like an extension and a hinge where you can fold it up when it's not in use. And we may or may not use that, or we might end up having to use it in combination with this to where it extends it out and up, because we might use one or the other or both, because that has to come out from, you know, the spare tire kind of comes into play there a little bit. So we have to see how this works out and what I need to use. So far, this looks exactly like the one I have on the back of the van that I modified, and this weighs 53 pounds, but it also has a 500 pound carrying capacity. So this is probably what's going to hold a generator on the back of the Coachman for the summer. And as fall gets closer, I'm going to have to think about, if I do manage to get a generator mounted inside the generator bay like I did the Bounder, then that could free up some options back here. I do still have the motorcycle rack, so I could take my Kawasaki Versus on the back. The Coachman is quite capable of carrying that. I have it all unboxed, and it is like exactly the same. And it's really easy to assemble. And it comes with a main mast in the middle, and the two halves, and it comes with the bolts. You just bolt that, and it sandwiches that together, pulls it all tight, and then additional bolts go through here and here, and there and there, and it comes out real solid and sturdy. It's a pretty nice ramp, or rack. Yeah, it's a nice rack. So yeah, nice racks are good. All right, let's move on from that. And this was, and I got this on Amazon. I think it was like $139. The one I got in the van was cheaper, but it was just the rack alone, and I couldn't find that this time. I found the bundle package, which comes with two tie-down straps or ratchet straps, and of course it came with those bolts, a big main bolt, and a hitch pin. They probably both go on the end of that. We'll see how that goes. And manuals, who needs them? And here's that piece. I might not need that other piece. This is probably going to go, yeah, I think the main bolt goes here, and then on that one, and then the hitch pin goes there or there, depending on if you fold the thing up out of the way. I'll have to I'll get that figured out. But that's plenty long enough. I think this is going to be out of the way for sure, the spare tire. So I'll get this all here together. I'm pretty sure I'll double check it. The dimensions, this is a little bit larger one. I think it's a full 24 inches. This full 24 inches this way and 60 inches this way. I'll leave the link to this down in the the video description. So if you're looking for a rack, this one on the back of the end has held up really well. I've had no issues with it. They're pretty well built. Oh, and the bundle also came with, that wouldn't be much of a bundle if it was just 2 straps. But it has the cargo net too. We'll have to have a look at that. Alright, that was super easy. All the bolts are in it. So we'll just give them a... And I'll go back over these by hand later just to make sure they're both power tools. Alright, and I got the 3 across the bottom. Alright, he's gonna be good and solid now. Where is that socket I need? I think it's this one. Alright. Shiny tools. I would be lost without my tools. This is where home is. Okay? Home is where my tools are. No matter where that might be. I'm at home with my tools. I need a little bit bigger socket for this bit right here. Did you catch that? I called it a bit. That's for your our friends across the pond there. Alright, should be ready to go in. I'll go get that other pin and I'll see how this looks. I think that's way out further than it needs to be. Probably. Yeah, I don't care for that. And with my other cargo rack, I just eliminated that piece. I never need the feature. If I pull that pin, this will fold up more out of the way. It's not hanging way back here if you're not using it. And if you haul something, you put it down. You put it when you're done hauling or whatever. You can fold it back up. I never use that feature, so I didn't use it on the other one. That will, I'll take that out. I'll use that other extension. It's not near as long as that. And it should still easily clear that spare tire. Now, I have no idea why they would have made that thing so long. This will be enough to get it out past the spare tire. And raise it up some for some ground clearance. And I'll probably eventually replace these regular pins with locking pins. It doesn't make them theft proof, but it'll slow down the amateur thief. And this hitch on here, by the way, is it's a heavier hitch. Maximum tongue weight. Okay, well the top numbers are big because that's for use with a weight distribution hitch. Alright, just the carrying, maximum tongue weight, 500 pounds, maximum trailer weight, 5,000 pounds. So I guess it is kind of a standard. Now, there are lighter duty ones out there, that's for sure, in the class 3 range. But I think that's going to work. Oh, maybe not. Oh yeah, okay, I passed the hole up. Oh, that's going to be like perfect. Alright, this is going to work. That's better. I like this. Alright, get that pin. Ooh. Come on. there we go. And here's what I tend to do with these. I hate a rack, whether it's a cargo rack or a bicycle rack, that sits back there and does this. All right? Because there's play in there. There's clearance, so they go in and out easily and get any road debris or a little bit of rust. Now they're designed with play in them. And I have always, on the bounder and the van, rigged up some sort of brace, a metal brace that will attach on here. This nice metal bumper, have a little angle on it, and drill a hole there. I'll put a brace on each side to make this solid. They do sell little things, I forget what they're called, to put here. You tighten them up and it takes up some of that play, and it is better, but it's not as good as putting them braces way out here. And the reflectors will be here today. I'll put one on each side, and I'll put one over here and one over here. But for now, it's one less box in the way. And this is still that the solar panels, the charger controller and everything for on top. Once it clears up here, we're gonna have rain today and tomorrow, and the following day it's supposed to get nice. We'll see about we can get that box out of the way too and get some power, get some free power going into the Coachman. I'm probably gonna need a new generator. Getting back to the bounder, I'm not going to cannibalize the bounder. I put a new 3500 Champion in the bounder, and it's going to stay in the bounder. The bounder will, as long as I have it, will always remain fully functional, ready for a trip at all times, okay? So forget that one. And it'll be sold. Someday it'll probably get sold. It'll still have that in there ready to go. I have the 3100 Champion on the back of the van. And like I say, both of them have the remote fob that you can start and stop the generator from. What is that? From inside or wherever. I'm a big fan of the remote start. It's just a really convenient, it's a nice feature. Champion generators is the only manufacturer I know that has them. What I'd like to do, and I have to look, I mean, up until now I've only seen the remote start, even with the Champions, on a few of their models. The 31, the 35. Oh, they have the newer, well, in the last year or two they come out with a 4500. It also has a remote start. I would like to find a smaller one, like a 2000 or 2200, and because that would be plenty for the van. You know, if they have one of those, if I could find something smaller, I don't need a 3000 or 3100 on the van. I'd like to put that one on a Coachman. If I could find a smaller 2000, 22 or 2500 smaller generator for on the back of the van, I would like to do that. And then, like I say, migrate the 3100 up to the Coachman. So I still have a van and an RV that each have a generator. Like I say, the bounder, the one on the bounder is spoken for. It stays with the bounder. And really, the way things are actually with the Coachman not having a roof air, at least not yet, I doubt I'll ever do that. I'll probably just leave the window unit in it. But actually the Coachman wouldn't need the bigger one. If the smaller 20, you know, if I get a new one and it's smaller, maybe it would fit in that bay easier. I don't know. I think the height on them all is pretty much the same. That when they get smaller, they get narrower, not shorter. So it might not make any difference. We'll see. I gotta do my research on that. Or maybe somebody else has come out with a small one with a remote start. I don't know. I did decide to come to my favorite tire store. It's a place up here on the left with the big Rhino on top of it. We've been here before. It's an old trolley barn. It's Highland Tire. Been a customer here for a long time. Yeah, we need to get some tires in the back of this thing. Not a matter of if, it's when we get stuck. It's actually a shame to replace these tires. There's a lot of life left in them. But I think we need something a little more aggressive back here. We've been shopping, and I know this is going to seem extreme, but you know, it already has like all terrains on it, which is similar to this. And we might have to go to something like this. It's a little look pretty crazy sidewall. Actually, it's probably not that extreme. And this tower's way bigger. It's a way bigger size. And this is tamed down a little bit. But this is probably what we're gonna end up with, something like this. Right, he only has one that he hasn't the other one nearby. This is it. Okay? Look at that beast. That's it. That'll help. 'Cause you know what? I tend to be a little adventurous. And this only being a 2-wheel drive van, I need something a little more bite in the back. Or I'd be finding myself in trouble again. I don't know why I just thought of this. You know, I've never named, you know, I'm not big on naming vehicles, as I said in an earlier video, but all of a sudden, the van seems like it needs a name. I have no idea what it would be, but yeah, she's getting some new, I was gonna say she's getting some new shoes on her back, but she's actually getting some new boots. I'm anxious to see the new ones. They really are the crosswind AT for all terrain. It's kind of a hybrid between a highway tire and a mud tire. Actually, there's some wear on them. I'm going to see them fresh ones. And the new ones are actually going to be 1.25 inches bigger in diameter, which is only 5/8 per side. So that's and then they're a 1/2 inch wider. So it's a slightly bigger tire, but mud tires. All right, something I had noticed on this now was the door tag said there's 2 25s on the van. So it already had 2 45s on. So I'm just actually replacing it with the same size tires that were on it, because those really don't look any bigger than the front ones. They're all 2 45s. But this is a, what is this thing called? It is a Mud Claw Extreme. A Mud Claw Extreme. All right, we're done. Paid for. We're out of here. Okay, Bella. Now maybe we won't get stuck quite as easy as we have been. All right. Ready to go home and get some lunch? Lunch? Those tires are not too bad. We come down the highway, 60 mile an hour, and a lot of mud tires will howl. They'll make it an annoying howl. I've heard some pretty bad ones. These are pretty mild. I can hear them a little bit, but they're not bad at all. I'm pleased.